Okay, welcome to a Friday. January something or other, and it'll make more sense when I kind of explain what transpired. I'll put the shield down for a second. Oh my god, I've left the bike for 2 weeks. One of the longest times I've left it. And yeah, I'm a bit of a nervous Nelly because I haven't ridden in a couple weeks. Yikes. But if you are a loyal devotee to my channel, slower right there. Like, if you watch all my videos, I highly recommend that. It's like riding without riding. I basically ride a lot and I rant a lot. So if you're into riding but not actually leaving your house, you can have a lot of fun. Just you're basically where I'm sitting. You can own a Harley and ride a Harley virtually without even leaving your chair. So yeah, let's move on. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So never really had any money. So the issue is that most of my employers would just, at the end of the year, if I didn't take a vacation, they'd just kick out like the bulk of my vacation pay. Nobody gave a fuck. I didn't know that they could actually withhold until you force you to take a vacation. So yeah, whatever. I got into it a little bit. I had to back off because I'm a goof and an idiot, and I'll have to apologize for the next couple years of my life. But essentially, I'm on vacation. I booked 3 weeks. The weather, other than today, the weather has been just shit. So, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm trying to stop swearing a little bit, you know, like, brutal. And, so I had to have all that personal stuff going on. My employer's been great through the whole thing. So, yeah. Even though I've been a frustrated person for the last, maybe 6 months. I don't know. But yeah. Ever since I got a Harley, I've been just wanting to ride the Harley. So work is getting more and more losing its luster. Even though I still need to work, I still need to put in another solid year, at least. I keep turning a bad hand into something a little better. And this is the power of belief and I think faith. And I didn't see it this way in my 20s. Certainly. But I've been a Bible geek since I moved out here out west, so since my university days. But at different times of my life, so many writers, I read a bunch of stuff, which I'll talk about in a moment, but so many writers in Christianity talk about this issue where you get lukewarm, like you're still a believer, but through your life you get stuff like me, like mortgages and just dealing with stuff. Oh my god, okay. Like this. I can't believe the bike just started, no problem though. It was really weird. I'm not used to having something that works. Yeah. So Timothy Keller is what I read in one sitting, The Prodigal God. Now, for context, through this whole, I guess let's call it soul searching, trying to find direction, kind of okay, I got the Harley, I love riding now, but what next? You know, like I'm in a kind of what next mode at the beginning of this year. So I did a lot of, I haven't eaten yet today, so I've been praying and fasting all morning, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, but I'll get and go in. Oh, look at the snowbank in my spot. Fuck you, snowbank. Oh, I'm swearing. Yikes. Rome was not built in a day. So the snow is not completely gone, but it's gone enough for me, you know, like I can deal with it. It's good, beautiful day for this. So fingers crossed, everything goes well. But when I come out of the store, I get all my stuff done. I will tell you the rest of the story of what I'm on about this past downtime. And yeah, just ending up, you know, kind of ranting and then turning it into a vacation. So I'm going through a whole process. Okay, started up fine, getting a little scared. Things seem to be working out. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's get these groceries home. Okay, so yes, my story. Booked a vacation, and I was already doing quite a bit of soul searching, fasting, prayer, meditation, all that kind of stuff, looking for directions, getting less lukewarm with my beliefs. And long story super short, I ended up enrolling in what seems to be, what's 100 days? That's like 3 or 4 months. So it's a college theology course from an American Bible college, and it's called the Ministry Foundations, and it's pretty heavy, huge reading list. Lots of Bible reading and study, and it has really, yeah, crazy stuff. So that's what I'm doing, and I have done about a week, and or worked on it for about a week of my holiday, mostly, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. So the reading list, let's go over that real quick. So stuff like Tozer, A.W. Tozer, Charles Spurgeon, Sproul, of course. There's a few others. I read Prodigal God by Timothy Keller. Yeah, oh my God, I read that in one sitting. Like, that was really a good expose on essentially the parable of the lost son, which Keller argues is actually the parable of the 2 lost sons. So yeah, really crazy stuff, mind-blowing. Yeah, good. So other stuff I'm reading, lots of Francis Chan, The Forgotten God is what I'm in right now. And oh my God, huge theological texts. So I'm ripping through, essentially, because part of my course is writing sermons, I don't want to beak off about something that some saint or other has already dealt with. Like one of the saints in early Christianity probably would have written about it or done something like that when these questions come up. So if I'm writing like a little, I don't know, like a feature article for a Christian magazine, for example, that seems to be something I might do. I don't want to go over territory that was already covered by somebody epically more qualified than me. So that's where you come into, look, even like, I guess I would be called a part-time theology student right now. Even at that point, I have to do my due diligence and at least understand a little bit about the history of the church that I'm trying to belong to or take courses in, that kind of stuff. So yeah, very interesting. I'm not turning. Normally I would turn here. No turn. Whoa, baby. Lugging. So I have actually covered, I'm just starting day 41, what would be considered day 41 if you were at the college taking the course. So I'm doing it all online, and I am just hammering through these texts. I'm grabbing PDF versions of them, like Kindle and whatnot, just to be quicker, because I don't want to wait, like order a bunch of books and wait for them to arrive. So yeah, I'm doing a little downhill run here because look at how dry it is. We've had a week of rain after snowmageddon. So going back to where I'm at, yeah, it's basically I'm almost halfway. It's with the evaluation and all that at the end, which takes a few days, I imagine. I think you get interviewed, but yeah, the exams are online, they're timed. You got 45 minutes for each section exam. So here's my marks so far. My original mark was like a B+, then I got an A-. Then I got a C, because I was exhausted and I just took the exam anyway. So yeah, not too happy with the C, but I need actually a C overall to pass. So as long as I only get 1 or 2 of those through the whole course, I'll be fine. And last night, even though I was still tired, I worked hard. I took a real break yesterday morning. It was mind-boggling, you know. I'm covering so much material in such a short time that my head's getting full. But yeah, huge reading list. So I've read from stuff like a systematic approach, or I don't know, Grudem's. That's the guy that wrote the book. Grudem's Systematic Theology, which has in it as well as like a history of the church, but it has in it other stuff. So the thing that I'm really interested lately, the last couple days, or at least in the few, kind of really covering a lot of bases here, but of interest to me personally is eschatology. So this is the study of the end times. So yeah, Revelations and John. And I guess one of the things a lot of Christians get wrong, even some pastors, which I've kind of argued about, is they get John the Apostle, essentially a relative of Jesus, mixed up with John the Baptist. Both were pivotal, really important people. But it was in fact John the Apostle that wrote the book of John and the book of Revelations. He talks a lot about John the Baptist as well. So yeah, 2 Johns. Well, okay, I took a little break at home, unpacked all the groceries, and now I don't feel like such a poser with the fake pit vipers on. So yeah. Might actually be sunny. I did a short ride. If the bike starts, I got to give her a good charge. So that's what I'm doing. And I ate some breakfast. Bit of a late breakfast, but whatever. A divination move with what's called the Universal Life Church. And initially I thought it would be a joke, but I kind of wanted access to their internal system. And lo and behold, it was through that I ended up getting directed to read Spurgeon, Charles Spurgeon, through one of their ministers in their forum, their ministers chat forum. So that was cool. So yeah, I got access to other things through them. So that was kind of interesting, and a little research on this Universal Life group was started by a Baptist in SoCal. You know, probably a bunch of Pachucos initially going to him. And then I think during the Vietnam War, like this guy had seen what happened during the Second World War, so he opened it right up during the Vietnam War, and a bunch of hippie kids were able to get ordained so they could avoid being sent to Vietnam and get drafted. So when I read all that, I'm like, wow, this guy's a rebel. Like, okay. So although people treat it like the laughing stock. They are core Baptist, and they don't care who you are. They'll just rubber stamp that thing, and essentially they let God work the rest out. Like, if you're going out there being an idiot and bad preaching and all that, well, you'll get yours, man. Like, it says right in the Bible what happens to people who do stuff like that. So it's really interesting, right? It's like, wow. And for me, what started out to be kind of a fun little thing, I was already reading my Bible again and getting back into it, and throughout my life, I have been what Francis Chan calls lukewarm and loving it. Like, just not really being involved and engaged in the church as much as I have been. There were a couple of years where I didn't really work much, so the only way to survive something like that is to get involved in a church community. They got lots of food, and they got people that you got to take the food to, and there's all kinds of services that you can do in ministry, even though, you know, you may not have like preacher credentials. So I did a lot of volunteering through those years, and that's how I survived. My parents passed away, one right after the other. They weren't together, but you know how it goes. And everybody around me assumed I would get a decent inheritance. Nada. I got nothing. So that's just the way my family was. They never supported me. They were happy to get rid of me as soon as I got anywhere near 18. As you get older, you start to reflect more. You know, you get more and more spiritual, but I've had events in my life, like just the fact that being born, getting through all that, like I've survived so much crap, been through so much, that there's no other explanation other than I had help from above. Like, I had some kind of divine help in life. Like it says, you know, the blessed are the afflicted. So I started off certainly afflicted, and I still am a marginalized, handicapped person who struggles. But I also, at this point, because I've survived, and because I, like Paul, the apostle who used to be Saul, like Paul, even though I didn't really deserve it, I received some sort of grace from the Lord. So, yeah. Like right here. Yeah, baby. So the grace to know that I can do this. I can actually stop. Do a sudden stop before I slide right the heck into that big, busy intersection. And again, I'm trying to stop swearing. I'm not a huge sinner, but my sins are pretty obvious. I wear my feelings on my sleeve. So I need to just not yell at anybody and stay calm. So hopefully enjoy my vacation, get through this course, do some deep spiritual thinking, and figure out the direction I want my Harley and my life to go in the next couple of years. There we go. Just gonna take it easy with this guy. Okay, boy, let's go. Oh, it's been a while since I've done highway speed, but it's quite a bit warmer today. So, woo! She's a little nipply. I get the power of the wavy hand. Yeah, we're hauling ass. No, not really. 70K, just because there's nobody on my butt. But yeah, those guys that climbed with me back in the day when we were doing really crazy stuff, ooh, we're launching. I mean, I had a Bible back then. It was a paperback, a big one, a paperback one, and I covered it with newspaper. And I was going to the Baptist church there, right next to the mountain in Squamish. The guy's name was John at the Baptist church. He was a great pastor. This crazy guy invited me to his house. And honestly, if you knew me back then, yeah, I was a pretty rough and tumble dude. Skinny, kind of ripped. vegetarian, mostly. Yeah, wow. And I was really poor, and he knew I was alone. But I was writing letters to him and dropping them in his little cubbyhole at the church. Because I couldn't always, I had to, you know, deal with life and whatever. I couldn't always attend his services, so. But there were times when I'm reading my Bible late at night and I get all freaked out about something. So that's when I would haul out an old typewriter and write something that he could read illegibly because it's typed. And he would actually take the effort next time we see each other to you know, kind of deal with my query, right? He'd be like, oh yeah, thanks for your note, blah, blah. So it was really good one day when he invited me right to his house. It was epic. We had like Christmas dinner and all that. Amazing guy. So, yeah. It's not weird to me that I'm going through a big theology push right now. Like I say, if you're a believer, you're a believer. But like me, most people absolutely do not maintain their level of service and attendance at church nowadays. But I don't know, because of me and my life and the way I take a shellacking from trolls all the time, because I tend to do things that people don't believe I can do. You know, like, you know, should we tell someone where you are? Like, they're really worried about me, but they don't realize that I'm probably a lot, you know, better at determining what I need to be doing than anyone else. So, but anyway, that's a bit of a tangent there. But the fact that I studied mathematics and applied physics is kind of what led me as well to dig deeper into the mystery of the universe. And what's really blowing my mind lately is, wow, I think I might turn here. This is it? Yeah, this is my turn. What's blowing my mind lately is A.W. Tozer. Oh my God, his sermons. Yeah. Okay, so this guy, I think he was originally out of Chicago. And he ended up preaching Avenue Road in Toronto in, I guess, the late 60s. So a bit of an old school thunder and brimstone kind of guy, like, but holy crap, he's going through, I've been listening to his series. Wow, we're going into the wind now. I've been listening to his little series about the book of Revelations. As I said in my earlier video, I'm quite familiar with the basic Gospels, but I have not spent a lot of time with the book of Revelations because a lot of preachers avoid it. It's one of the one of the most misunderstood books of the Bible. So anyway, yeah. I've been working my way through that, among other things, personally, but also hitting all kinds of other references from this. Yeah, I'm alright. That guy was giving me a little bit of gang sign there, so yeah, I thought, oh fuck, is there a cop behind me? Like, oop, nope, I'm good so far. Not gonna get a speeding ticket today. Grandpa doesn't need any more of those. I really wish I'm old enough to be a grandpa. I wanted to be one, but I'm not. I don't think so. Yippee! So yeah, eschatology, baby. Lots of controversial preaching going on about that. I won't go on about it, but it's been pretty heavy duty for me. And yes, all the references that I'm getting and other outside reading is really heavy for this course if you really take it to heart and you take it seriously. So yeah, to quote the absolute rock star Ozzy Osbourne, I am going through changes. Definitely. I'm gonna be 55 soon, so yep, I just need to make sure God's my relationship with God is strong and I can feel His energy, hopefully, being the guiding star to my vision. How's that? Yes, you can tell I've been listening to a professor of theology for too long. But last night I did one of the section exams for, I guess, the 30 to 40 day, 10-day section. Oh, so I did that exam, kind of exhausted last night. I took most of yesterday morning off, which was smart. This after a bit of a setback on the previous one. Whoops, I'm sorry. Sorry for that. Those people waited for me, wow. They're like, oh, that dumbass is fucking talking on the phone. Like, that's what they thought, probably. Thank you, people. Very nice people. Yeah, I'm gonna keep ripping. We're just gonna keep ripping, yo, ripping. I'm not done ranting. I'm not done. Oh, I'm not done yet. Oh my goodness. What, like this last couple months has been, a series of episodes in what the heck got into me. Which, I don't know, man, like my head might explode. I've never done this for a long time. Not since 2010 and 11. I had almost 2 years where I didn't work. Again, totally styled it. I don't know how I did it, but I just styled it. I spent a lot of time at the library with my laptop. I had an old Junker Linux laptop. I still have it. I run the computer I built. Like, if there's a way for me to have, you know, a couple more pennies in my wallet, I have discovered it. It's really incredible. Oh, jeez. I was speeding a little. We'll slow it down. Definitely getting into a more residential area. Nice. Here. So I gave the GoPro a little charge when I went home after groceries, so hopefully this works out. So that I can just let it run continuous and kind of have fun with that. I don't know whether I'm going to edit it, but we'll see how long the video is. But this was a really good therapy ride, I'm not going to lie. This was a good call. And now that I'm kind of blowing off some stink, I'm going to go up through the sort of poser area, my little neighborhood here, which is really slow going. So I'm just going to go through and be on a bit of a poser parade on my way home. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking essentially a ministry foundations training. And ultimately what I'm going to try to do is a college certificate in ministry from some college in Michigan somewhere. Some small town in Michigan. It's a heavy course though. It's blowing my mind. I didn't think it would. Okay, we're northbound, baby. Northbound. So this is what a vacation looks like. I need to just realize that, yeah. What is that section of, I believe it's in Genesis, where Moses tries to explain to Joshua that he has to pray for strength and courage, and it will be provided. And I guess the Lord also told Joshua, straight up, dude, you must pray for it. Strength and courage. So I'm not quite retired. Newsflash to me. So I'm going to enjoy this vacation and try to get myself spiritually warmer towards my belief system and my faith. A couple of your tests on the way in, and then styled the road test. So it was like pretty weird stuff. There we go. Good. Nobody wanted to pull over for the ambulance. But yeah, even the most recent events in my life. The year before, a couple years before, I was riding a bicycle. I dropped 30 pounds and got into shape a little bit, at least physically. Yeah. So that was incredible. And I've got video footage of me ripping down Burnaby Mountain where I used to go to school. Just like I did in my early 20s. Coming down that mountain at 60, 70 kilometers per hour. I did it just like I did in my 20s, man. It was amazing. And if I didn't have the video footage, if I went and told somebody that I can ride a high-end race bike down a mountainside at like 60, 70 kilometers with some stretchy tights on, they'd be like, dude, you're old. Like, there's no way you're doing that. But I did. So, yeah. A lot of things. Here we go. We're speeding because that truck is speeding, Lord. I'm maintaining. Maintain. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, most people behave as though, what's in it for me? So I'm still going to do a bit of that. I still got to retire. I got to save money. There's things I need to do to take care of myself, but I need to start reaching out a little bit. It's been a lonely couple winters. And although I'm not interested in, you know, hooking up or anything, I need to connect with the local church at some point. So yes, this is the Poser Parade part of our ride today. Very nice. But other people who ride Harleys or even people who ride motorcycles, probably not surprised at how many riders are somehow spiritual and religious, especially the Christians. So, like, going through changes. Playing my guitars a lot. I'm not hitting the drums a lot, but yeah, definitely the guitars are getting some use. And hiding inside a lot. So, yep.